This episode of the Talking Shop podcast brought to you by Coca-Cola. Not really, but welcome.
They signed that. They signed that sponsorship agreement. I didn't think we heard back from them.
No, they didn't, but I forged it, so they don't realize they are. But here's to the Talking Shop podcast. This is episode number 103. I'm Josh from Grand Slam. Michael from Medium Rare Cards over on Instagram. Jacob has joined us. On the Brady Bunch right above me there. It's Cobb over on the gram and on YouTube. Follow him if you would like. We're ready to talk some shop with you this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Michael, let them know what's in store for today.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to recap trade night. It was awesome. I know that every card shop in the country was running their own trade night, some Topps Hobby Rip Night. But we had a grand time at Grand Slam. See what I did there? Then we're going to dive into some new in the shop. Want to talk a little, Josh, I'm going to have to just let them know. We're going to talk a little hockey. No, we don't do a lot. I don't know. We talk more soccer than hockey. So
that's
sort of
a great time for me.
We're going to talk a little spring training and what that's doing to card prices. And then your guy, Tom Brady, showing up at a Topps Hobby Rip Night. Everybody's going to wonder why the super collector here didn't get TB12 in Rock Hill. Very disappointed in you. And then
it's a whole restraining order thing that I can't talk about.
And 2 weeks in a row, Josh is going to open up a new product. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's going to be our hits from the shop, literally our hits from the shop. And then we're going to wrap things up with crazy stat of the week. But first, the opening rip. Josh, Jacob, you were there as well. What did you guys think of Trade Night, the latest version of it?
So not to toot our own horn, but we are the pioneer of Trade Night in this area. I don't want to sound like, but no one else was doing trade nights until we started doing them. What year? How many years ago? A couple of years ago, we started doing trade nights.
Yep.
So I will say we're going to stake our flag in the ground. We were the first one doing trade nights regularly around here. But anyway, this one was in conjunction with Topps. It was Hobby Rip Night. We had a great turnout. It was fun. Sold a lot of product. Did some trades. We did the break. Thanks to Michael. You did the break for me. It was a fun night. Gave some stuff away. I bought two Tom Brady rookie cards.
Wow. Those always seem to find their way to you during for some reason, right?
A trade night is successful if I go home with a couple new Bradys. So
this was no different. You were there for a hot second. What did you think?
I like the atmosphere there. It's like there's a lot of people, but it's always relaxed as well. A lot of these, not necessarily trade nights. I don't go to any other trade nights, but shows are always they're too busy, a little too much going on. This is laid back, but you still have everything that you would want. But in my brief time that I was there, I did pick up the only box of WWE Elite on the shelf, thanks to Josh. I think he did that on purpose, so I would feel obligated to buy it. But that's a story for a different day.
I said, I see Jacob. Jacob just pulled up, grabbed that box and put it up on the shelf.
That's called knowing your audience, Jacob. Yes. Knowing your audience. Well, there was a weird energy, and it reminded me, Josh, you'll remember this. It was one of our earlier trade nights, and you had this product that had a jersey and a card in it. Like, it had a jersey and a graded card in it. And
Stitches and slabs.
Yes, stitches and slabs. And somebody bought one, or maybe you were given away, it was part of the raffle to where somebody would get the jersey and somebody would get the slab. And then because of how cool the jersey was and how cool the slab was, they just started selling. And the same sort of phenomenon happened with that Leaf History of Sport box. A couple of those boxes got ripped before trade night. Some really cool stuff came out of there. And then 2, 3, maybe even 4 of those boxes got ripped open during the trade night?
Those aren't
Yeah.
light boxes either.
Those are not
Those are-
cheap boxes.
Yeah. Should we should show your choice either now or when we do hits from the shop. But I took pictures of those big booklet cards and I can show those whenever. But yeah, that Leaf history book product, I sold out completely. I got another case in, sold out half of it before trade night and the other half probably at trade night. And it's one of the only products where you almost make money each box. If not, you don't lose money. They loaded that product up.
Oh my!
I can't
goodness.
imagine they made a ton of it because both distributors I get product from are out of it. I've sold out of it. From what I hear, other places have sold out of it, and so it's probably going to be this one and done, kind of like Leaf Vivid.
Yeah,
That really caught fire and then just became hard to find. But one other Leaf product, the Art of Sport. That was another one where like everyone was loving this product. And so, yeah, we'll show you some of the booklets that were pulled out of this product. But
and
yeah,
we're not,
that
and folks, we're not hyping this stuff up. I mean, I was shocked at the stuff, even on, especially on the soccer side of things. I mean, so Josh is just, I mean, look at that booklet. And if you guys are just listening to this and not watching it, there's a guy named Pele, another guy named Cristiano Ronaldo.
This is an 8 autograph booklet. So these are all autographs.
A booklet. A guy named Holland. I mean, just bananas. And I tell you, the sleeper on here is this kid. He's in the upper right-hand corner. His name is Endrick. He's 17 years old, and Real Madrid, which is one of the biggest clubs in the world, they've already signed him to a contract. He's heading there next year. So bananas.
This was another one that was hit. This is what a combination of autographs. This is 6 autographs. You got Magic Johnson, Dan Marino, Don Mattingly, Mike Tyson, Hulk Hogan, and Richard Petty. What makes these 6 go together, I don't know, but who cares when you got them all on a card. So that was pulled out of that product.
What are you gonna do?
Here's your soccer guys. These are what 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9.
That was
12.
12.
Yeah, 12 jersey pieces. You got Messi. You got Ronaldo. You got David Beckham.
And these are all
Mbappe. I've heard
these are all game
Pele. Yeah, game use stuff. And this is like the throw-in autograph when they do. Then you get like a Kevin Durant booklet auto.
Oh, by the way,
which is just was this might have been like right as Rip Knight was starting, but a little dual Herbert Burrow autograph action. And then you get Mike Tyson as well. That's got a little relic and then let's just show this since we're doing this was hit during Rip Knight as well out of a Topps product. So this came out of tier 1. That's a 1 of 1 triple relic, triple auto, Tatis, Machado, and Juan Soto. So just another.
On a side note, I'll give it to Juan Soto. He does have a great signature. That's a
great
good
auto.
signature. Yep. Yeah. For a modern player, it's right up there. Well,
this is just a teaser for later. Let me give a little teaser. Just got this product in, brand new from Leaf Pro Set. It's $200 a box, and usually when Leaf gets up in that $200 range, they usually hit pretty hard. So a little bit later in the podcast, hang out with us, watch us open this box, and we'll see what we can sell.
Well, all in all, a great night. The atmosphere was awesome. It was wonderful to catch up with folks, and always good to be in the shop on a Saturday evening. There are worse ways to spend a Saturday evening. So, and we've got another event coming up, but we're going to talk about that after we talk about new in the shop. But one other thing before we move on to new in the shop, if you could pull up this link, one of the other things that you can pull that the Lorcana sales, Jacob.
Gotcha.
One of the other things that I saw a lot being opened Saturday night was the latest edition of Lorcana. And so if
Yep.
you're watching, I just pulled up the sold listings, and these just ended recently, and these are just for the enchanted parallels. I was at a table and there was a couple opening up the Lorcana, and it's into the Inklands. What is it?
Yep.
Inklands.
Into the Inklands.
Into the Inklands, and I was just curious to see what the enchanted parallels were doing. Now, out of the 3 boxes that were opened at the table that I was sitting at, no enchanteds have come out of there. Josh or Jacob? Josh, you go first, because I don't know if you've seen people open these in the shop. Are you getting a sense that these enchanteds are a little tougher to hit out of this iteration of Lorcana?
So I think, and Jacob may know better than me, correct me if I'm wrong. So a sealed case of this Lorcana product is 4 boxes. And I think it's roughly like 1 enchanted per case. So every 4 boxes, maybe. You might know better than me, Jacob, on that. Do you know?
No, I all I know is I just like the artwork and the product.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think in the past it was that way, though. It was maybe 1 enchanted per case. And so, yeah, those are the chasers. And they, as you can see, they resell great. This is on my screen here. You can see that's a sealed booster box of the product. We still have it in stock at the shop. We sold a boatload of it on Friday, some more on Saturday. And we're an OTS store, which is an official tournament store for this product. So we get a large amount of it.
Isn't there something else you wanted to say about a Series 3 booster box, Josh?
Oh, yeah. So, well, we probably don't have a whole lot of Lorcana people, but I'm looking for a sealed Floodborn, which is Chapter 2 of this product. I will trade this sealed into the Inklands box with anyone that wants to trade me a sealed Floodborn box. So I wasn't going to say it on here because I didn't figure there's probably too many Lorcana guys watching this, but if there is, I'm down to trade.
Awesome. Hey, Jacob, can you pull those sales up again just real quick?
Yep.
Because when the first iteration of Lorcana came out, I want to say that those enchanteds, like I think like either Simba or Mufasa and Mickey, I think those were in that $250 to $300 range. Can you scroll through these? That one is out of this world. That Ursula one.
That's the only Ursula I have seen.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a little lower. Some of these are missing.
There's another Ursula.
Yeah. So it looks like Ursula's the chase for this.
Seems.
And whoa. Yep. There's Ursula. Whoa.
Yeah, Ursula looks like she's between 400 and 500 pretty regularly.
My goodness. So there's
250.
little Scrooge McDuck.
That's the one I want.
Yeah. So there was always a question. Thank you, Jacob. There's always a question of whether or not this product would have legs on the collecting side and on the player side. I haven't opened any of this product except for the first iteration that came out. Is there a sense that this does have legs on both fronts as far as people actually playing the game?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it does because it's kind of easy to play from what I've heard. That makes it a great entry level game. I've always just said the product just has to be out long enough and available easy enough, because you got to be able to buy this product, be able to build any decks, and to be able to play it. And so if it sells on launch day and there's not much of it and it sells out and nobody can get their hands on it, it's hard to do tournaments because you need a player base. But this is now out and easy enough to get a hold of. Plus they do all those starter decks. We plan on running some tournaments here with it eventually, and I think it will do just fine for sure.
Avery's chiming in. Me and the fiance opened a box at Rip Night. I was right there. I need my Morph Enchanted. I don't know if that's who you're chasing or you were hoping for, but what a cool product. And Josh, I know that you said you're a tournament store. Do you have any insight on if this is going to be like multiple releases a year? Because right now we're on the third iteration. I'm guessing, is it once a quarter? I mean, how does this work with TCG cards?
Yeah, typically it's once per quarter. Okay. So Pokemon does that. Pokemon's big enough; they'll do some in between releases of some smaller subsets, but the main standard sets release once per quarter, and it seems like Lorcana is going to follow that trend.
Fantastic. Well,
there was that more.
I know. I saw that. I need to maybe get my hands on a box. All right, Josh, what's hitting the shelves at Grand Slam this week?
This week is really nice. We got Inklands basketball hobby boxes. That is hitting the shelf at Grand Slam. A product that comes out Wednesday, and I don't think it's hitting the shelves at Grand Slam. If I remember right, I didn't get any of this allocated to me. But Topps Finest MLS Soccer, which I probably didn't get any allocated to me because it was probably more in demand for the stores that do a lot more in soccer, because that would have Messi in it, right?
Yes. Yep.
See, I'm not completely ignorant when it comes to this. But that's it this week. It's a really light week. We're going to feast on fill-ins at this shop, so we'll fill in whatever we can get our hands on. We're sold out of Topps Series 1 2024, so that's one of my goals this week, is to try and chase some more of that down. Got a lot of Pokemon. Oh, Michael's got a box. He'll sell at a premium, I'm sure. But
I've been
lots of new.
To open.
In this product, I mean, I think it released already, but for some reason, mine just arrived today. I got a couple cases of this 2023 Pro Set Metal Football. We are going to open this in a few minutes, so stay tuned. Y'all can see what that product looks like, and I think it'll be good.
Okay. And then let me share my screen. Jacob had to drop for a second. I know you don't have an Upper Deck account, but I told you. This is 23-24 Upper Deck Series 2, and I wish I knew more about hockey. I do know this about hockey. Between television and live, I don't think there's a sport that loses more than hockey. Like, if you go to a hockey game, you don't have to know anything that's going on, but it's exciting to be there. And there's this kid, if you could scroll down a bit, his name is Connor Bedard, and he is the chase for this product. I don't think he's even in the artwork that they're going to preview here, but he's in the Young Guns insert, and that's a short print. Him, there's Connor McDavid, and then there's a handful of other hockey players that if you say their names to non-hockey guys, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that guy. But he is a Young Guns insert. And there he is, number 451. That's the chase. That's sort of like the rookie card that people. Yeah,
the Wembanyama of hockey.
Except he's like 2 feet shorter than Wembanyama.
That's probably good for hockey.
Yes. So I just wanted to mention that. I don't know how many of you guys that catch the podcast are hockey guys, but I just wanted to give a little love to the hockey fans out there. So, well, before we move to hobby news, we got a quick word from our sponsor.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we've become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. so you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy. So we had two sponsors, Grand Slam Grading and Coca-Cola.
Yes. All right. So hobby news. Let's jump into this. Have you seen any highlights or heard any of the storylines from spring training, Josh?
Shohei hit a home run. The Fanatics jerseys are horrible. That seems to be the big. Other than that, I haven't heard a whole lot. The Cubbies re-signed Bellinger, so
Saw that.
Good for Cubs. Is there anything else I'm missing that I shouldn't be?
So if you click on that link, and this made me think of it when this came across my feed, if you could share that first link there, Jacob. I saw, and this isn't the photo that I saw, and he was the chase in 2023 Bowman. It's this guy named Spencer Jones for the Yankees. And there was this photo. I think there he is right there. So he's up. Scroll through that carousel, and certainly there's, I think the second one's going to be Jackson Holiday. We've all heard of him, and this other kid from Boston, Mikey Romero. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up and sort of throw this out there for discussion is there was a photo of Spencer Jones for the Yankees. I think he's going to play right field or left field. And he's standing next to Aaron Judge. Do you guys have any idea how tall Aaron Judge is?
Aaron Judge is like 6'5", isn't he, or something stupid?
6'6", right?
6'6".
Spencer Jones is 6'6". So you got two guys in the Yankees outfield that are both 6'6". Aaron Judge hits from the right side. Spencer Jones, like the photo here, hits from the left side. And they're saying that he's the next Aaron Judge, whatever. But just that photo of him in spring training with a photo that shows that he's as big as Aaron Judge, you can see there's a bit of a spike on his cards. And so I didn't know if there was any other things that you guys were seeing with regards to spring training. I don't collect Bellinger, so I wouldn't know if there's been a spike on Bellinger. I know the Braves look really good. Michael Harris on the first pitch of spring training hit one out. So I'm sure there's a bit of a spike with his stuff. But, I don't. Have you guys ever been to a spring training game? Have you guys ever seen what the atmosphere is like there?
I haven't, actually. I know a lot of our customers have, though. Yeah. I hear all the time they're going to go to spring training here or there.
Yeah. That would be a cool road trip. I've heard that collectors, that's where they get some of these in-person autos because it's a little more intimate. There's not the big stadium, and so you have a little more access to the players, especially some younger players that are given a shot. So
they're not as intense and not as laser focused on the game they're about to play. So there's a little lighter atmosphere, I'm sure, with the players. But I have a hard time getting into it until the season starts, and then I'm all in. But I remember Shohei had a horrible spring training, and it was like, oops, this guy's gonna bomb. He was supposed to be this two-way phenom, and it was like, how's he gonna do over here in America? And spring training was not good, and it looked like he was just gonna bomb. And lo and behold, the season started, and he started playing super good that first year. So till the injuries came along, but just proof it's not all about spring training.
It's not, but devil's advocate, it is if you're trying to move some baseball cards. This is if you're going to,
sure.
If you're sitting on a prospect or two, or even a star, and you have their rookie card, and you're not in love with them, you don't collect them. If somebody pops off during spring training, have it loaded up in eBay or Have it loaded up in your post ready to go. Because if somebody goes bananas, I remember last year he plays on the Braves now. His name is Jared Kelenic. He had a monster spring, and I do what an amateur collector does, and I bought after he had a monster spring, and then it just went down from there. So
too late.
Yeah, too late then. Don't buy when they're hot. Buy when they're warming up. So, but anyway, I didn't know whether or not, Josh, you wanted to make some picks now on the baseball season, or if you want to give that a couple weeks.
Ooh, probably give it a couple weeks. I'll say my super early pick is the Braves. It's not like I'm going out on a limb there. They're loaded and they're already really good, but this might be the year where those young players have got a little more experience, and we'll see. But
I am also picking. I'm thinking that the whole Astros run, I think that run is over. Like that dominance to where they're always in the playoffs. I think it's done. And I think the American League version of the Braves is the Orioles. They are really loaded with young talent. And
that's for the hobby's sake, where I hope I just got to see a little proof in the pudding first. But, be interesting to see Soto in a Yankee, see how that all gels. And
Ohtani looks great in blue, I tell you.
Yeah, he does. It says he's making his debut tomorrow, too, as a DH.
He looks fantastic. And who knows? I mean, I know that he's a DH and he pitches, but the kid is a good enough athlete. He could probably play anywhere he wanted to. He probably could. Everybody sit there and play third base if he wanted to. I don't know about the outfield, but he's got range and he's
first
fast.
Base for sure. Base for sure. They probably don't need him. They're so loaded. They got every other position covered anyway.
Yep. All right, Jacob, if you could pull up this clip from showing Tom Brady. I don't know if it's a reel. It is a reel. So if you could play that and then we could talk about it.
I love that. I want a lot of energy.
Holy cow.
You ready? Hey, it's Tom Brady. I'm here to see you celebrating.
Just like our trade date.
Close. Yeah. That was one had me on a stool and one had Tom Brady on a microphone. What card shop was that?
Gosh, it was like Skybox Sports or something.
I think it's.
But I know that obviously Cards HQ, Jeff Wilson's new shop in Atlanta. I think they had a couple high profile guys, and here was an interesting one. My friends over at Nash Cards in Nashville, they had Johnny Manziel at theirs, which I thought was a cool wrinkle on who to have there. But I wanted to show that. And then other than Tom Brady, who would you want if you could choose? Other than Tom Brady, you can't go with Tom Brady. Who would you choose?
I mean,
based on your love for the hobby and the crowd it would bring to Grand Slam. And then I want to get Jacob's take on this, and I'll do my take. I think you'd be surprised at my take.
I mean, it's easy to go with like just the biggest names, but like Trout would probably be mine because he's in the hobby as well. So I would want a big high profile athlete that's also a collector. And there's a good bit of them that are getting into collecting, but I know Trout is. And so that would probably be outside of Brady, my second pick. Okay. The list is a mile long of people I would.
No kidding. With. Yeah. If you had your choice. Okay. Jacob.
I think
It's Dakota Kai. We know it's Dakota Kai.
given how close you are to Charlotte, and I don't know if he still owns them or not, but it'd be cool to have Jordan. It wouldn't affect the hobby at all, but just based off like the region.
Yeah. No, I mean that would be the goat of goats.
Yeah. And so I'm shocked that somebody like you two didn't say somebody like The Rock, like somebody that has ties to sports entertainment, does have a couple iconic cards out there, but also transcends, like as a movie star as well. And so I think that would be super cool to have somebody like that. Now,
No. He's finally active again on WWE TV. Don't take him away from us already.
Yeah.
He hasn't been
Now,
active.
Jacob knows what I'm saying. I'd rather have MJF there just making fun of everyone. That would
There'd
be
be a
awesome.
bunch of destroyed cards.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
we talked about knowing your audience, right? I think we're right in that sweet spot where people love sports and people love wrestling. And I think having a superstar like that, I mean, it'd wrap around the building 5 or 6 times. It'd be a great problem to have. So,
Heck yeah.
anyway,
Well,
guys,
we'll see if he'll return my texts.
there you go. Guys, chime in. I'm sure there's going to be another trade night. I'm sure there's going to be another Topps Hobby Rip night. Let us know in the comments if you guys could have an athlete at Grand Slam Cards for a hobby night. Who would it be? And then I'll have Josh call or text because everybody picks up when he calls or texts.
Hey, Steve Smith, he comes into the shop every now and again. We could just,
there we go.
Next time he comes in, we'll time it on a trade night and I'll just lock the doors and we just won't let him leave. I didn't say that.
Speaking of trade nights and card shows, trying to segue to this, we've got an event coming up in March. Josh, I want you to talk about this. We're super excited about this. If you want to give a little backstory and then some details, that'd be great.
Yep. Now that we are through Rip Night, I wanted to start pumping this a little bit. This is going to be similar to our little trade night card show over at the gym that we've done it at my church before, but this is going to be more of a full-fledged all-day card show. And so you see Jeremy's name at the bottom there. That is Iceman. That's his handle on Instagram. But yeah, this is going to be, he's putting it together. I've always said, man, I can't do like a full-fledged all-day card show because I need someone to like just take the bull by the horns and head this whole thing up. And he's willing to do that. So he's doing this card show in conjunction with us. He's a good friend of the shop. He'll take care of you. We're going to be there. We'll have a bunch of tables set up that Saturday. Just call or text Jeremy at that number and he'll get you down for tables. If you want to tell me you want a table, I'll relay it and make sure you get one. Come out either as a customer or as a dealer, get your own table, sell some stuff. All day Saturday, there'll be concessions and some raffles and stuff like that. So you will see me starting to pump this now that we're through Rip Night and we are a month away from this show. So mark it on your calendars. It'll be fun.
Fantastic. You know what everybody's going to ask, right? With this happening on Saturday during the day, is if there's going to be an associated trade night the night before.
No.
You heard it here, folks. Josh hates the hobby.
I hate everyone and everything. No, we're going to put all our eggs onto this day right here. And we'll be buying We'll be buying good cards. We'll be selling. We'll be set up and selling, but we'll go around and buy as well. So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, I've been looking forward to seeing this box get open, but for hits from the shop, let's rip open this box. What is it? It's 2023 Topps. Pro Set Football. Is that what it is?
Leaf Pro Set Metal Football. It's this box right here. Let me show. I posted this on Instagram and Facebook a little while ago. So this is not a hit from the shop. This was a customer that brought this card into the shop to sell. So we bought this. It's in the showcase now for sale, but I love this card so much. I want the Tom Brady version. But the Trevor Lawrence version is now in the shop. So I wanted to show that card in case anyone's interested. Come down to the shop. And then this was the product that I just unpacked today. I'll be teasing it online, but I thought let's show what the cards look like.
Fantastic. Hey, while you're ripping that open, Josh, I do want to post this comment from Michael. It says, I'm working and I can't listen in, but thank you for taking care of my son and his friend. Your shop is the best. I love how much you love this hobby so much. It shows how you take care of your customers and better yet, the kids. Michael, you hit the nail on the head there. Josh does that as well as anybody in the business.
Appreciate that, boys. I'm going to set my focus. All right. Y'all ready to see what's in this box? So I have not seen this product yet either. So this is, so each box gets 6 autograph cards plus 4 base cards. And then it says there's a Pro Set buyback on-card auto at the bottom of each box. So I can see there's one in there. I haven't seen it yet. Let's look at our, this would be our 6 autos and our 4 base.
Good.
So
if that's how you're starting it, that's a good sign. Watch me say
this
that.
This is one of the base cards, and it's Ray Lewis. He is a murderer, so let's calm down a little bit.
Oh my God.
Right? Isn't he, or alleged, or what? I don't know.
Bringing the heat. First Coca-Cola. Now Ray Lewis. Here we go.
And no get sued right before the show.
Holy mackerel.
All right, so I'm going to do this, not look, and then put my cards there.
Yeah,
so there's
you've opened a lot of Leaf during podcast, and like Michael and I have on the channel. I think it's a theme with your shop is we like
well, Leaf. Yeah, Leaf. I mean, Leaf is inexpensive. It's easier to get. They still get the big names in them. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the fact these are unlicensed, so you won't see any Ravens logos on here. But I love the fact they're just airbrushing the logos off. This still feels like a Ravens card, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it does. They did a good job with that.
So here's the you get 4 base cards. I think they're all numbered, but this parallel is numbered to 8. So that's a Ray Lewis numbered to 8. Urlacher. I mean, that feels like a Bears card. Numbered to 2. So like the way they'll do this little red ice is to 2, apparently. Now we're going rookies. So he'll be in the pros at some point. Numbered to 9, Jordan Travis. And then our last base card, little Bo Nix. He'll be in the is he playing another year or is he in the draft?
No, he'll be in the draft. And I don't know if they did that on purpose, but that would be a color match because he did play for Oregon. So that's a fantastic card.
Matches the green on the football. Yeah. All right, our first autograph. Oh, look. He's a Dolphin. This is A-Chain. So still got him in his college uni. Oh, look at that. That variation's a 101.
Wow.
Keep in mind, 1-of-1s out of Leafs don't bring quite the kick like they do out of a Panini product, but that just means that this really cool looking black kind of speckled camoed parallel is the 1-of-1 variation. So pretty sweet little VIP hit, A-Chain for the Dolphins. I'm trying to do this where we can't see the ones behind. Clayton Tune, so another campus VIP. If you're wondering the price of this proper box.
Wow.
Mr. Kenny McIntosh.
So this is like a hybrid college pro.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be some pro guys, some young pro guy. I mean, on the cover, you see Joe Montana and Steve Young and Barry Sanders. You got Anthony Richardson and other guys in this product. But yeah, there's going to be some guys that are going to be drafted here soon, guys that are already drafted, and some veterans on the checklist. So number to 10, Kenny McIntosh. All right, our next, Antwain Wells Jr. Not super familiar here. Number to 20.
Seems like Leaf hovers around that $200 price point, but when they jump up, it's like $400 or $500. But then you're like, your value is almost guaranteed. Like
Usually they're like 150 or below, and when you get above, you get close to that 200 mark, they hit pretty hard. So we have one auto left under this Kenny McIntosh. I have not seen it, so we're gonna typically the best one is on the bottom. I like the fact he's throwing a football, so that's a good sign. It is a guy I've never heard of, George McIntyre. So unless this is a number to 10, old George, but keep in mind I have a autographed on-card buyback card floating in this box that we're about to see, so that might make up for all of it. George McIntyre. All right, who's my buyback auto? And all these cards are for sale. You guys ready to see this? This is pretty sweet. One of the greatest running backs of all time. Look
Holy
at that.
mackerel.
Smith
Is
on
that
card.
a
Number to 18. The stamp says 2023 Pro Set Authentic Signature Memories. So they buy back these older cards. They autograph them. They stamp them. They number them. And they slab them in a one touch and stick them in this product. So this is from 1992 Pro Set. So there you go.
Sweet.
That'll be in the showcase down at the shop if anyone wants to come buy it. We got to do a little research and see what it. But yeah, I think this product's going to do well. Like I said, when Leaf starts to hit that $200 price range, it usually means there's some big bang for your buck.
That's awesome.
And look, that looks like, I guess because it's a buyback card.
Yeah, it's licensed.
It's licensed. So even better. You get some cowboy logos on there.
And
I'll take a George McIntyre with an Emmitt Smith auto any day of the week. So.
Any day. And Josh, did you say that's in the shop now or is heading there Wednesday?
Oh, it is on the shelf now. Come buy it. And these cards will be in the case for sale.
Fantastic. All right. Well, that is all we have for this episode. If you guys are still with us up until now, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Let us know how we're doing. Josh, thank you for your time. Jacob, thank you for your time. Josh, you have a crazy stat of the week to take us out?
So you caught me with my pants down this week. I don't have a crazy stat, but actually,
hey, I didn't know you wore pants on the podcast.
Not today I am, but I always have one tucked away. So give me 2 seconds, and if we don't, I do have this one. I have this one, and then I have another one that's really cool. So let me show you this one on screen. All right. We know Jamie Moyer. When Jamie Moyer, the pitcher, had retired, he had faced 8.9% of all Major League Baseball hitters in history. So, I mean, round that to an approximate 10%. This guy had faced 10% of every player that's ever played in the bigs. That's insane. That is a long career. And then did you see this picture? I've seen it floating around. I just thought it was a fun picture. Oh wait, I got to do a little Brady bragging first. Look at this. Brady's last 3 seasons, he had more yards than Mahomes, who played at the exact same time, more touchdowns, less interceptions. Look at those stats. And he did it all in his 40s. So, yes, Mahomes is awesome. Don't mistake me. But Brady in his 40s is just undeniably the GOAT. And this was the picture I was talking about. You see that one? 10 Super Bowl rings in one picture. And if you just zoom in down here and at the bottom, we got
Well, that is a fantastic way to wrap things up. Guys, thanks again. And we'll see you guys next time.
peace.
Bye.